When we went out for this conference, I think Webflow was at like 65 employees. They had just hired the head of community and they were like super scrambling to get the thing done, you know? And now I think they're pushing like 10x that. They're like in that 600 to 700 employee range, probably on the way to like 1,000.
Wow.
So I think the priority for me is figuring out how to put this story together, is like taking all these little bits and pieces that we have and compiling it into some kind of unified theory of why the Rymar's doing what he's doing right now.
So what's up with the time capsule?
Oh, this thing? It's like all the memories. It's in here. USF, a letter from, you know, the dean. In College of Business, we started a class at USF.
It's time for the anchor leg now, so we'll turn the floor over to Raimar Tirado.
I don't have a college degree. And here I stand in front of you teaching a college course, right? And the idea that you can just create whatever you want out of nothing in this realm should not be something that escapes you, right? It should be something that excites you as you step out of here today, as you start thinking about the things you're gonna learn, as the little snippet you got of the technical stuff, of the nuances of what you're gonna learn. Now start thinking about the big picture.
Webflow is a tool that I found back in 2017 as I was kind of failing in my last tech startup. It pushed me into finding Webflow. And at the time I was thriving in the WordPress community as a WordPress freelancer. I was doing a little bit of video work, and I was working with this startup to build a piece of software that I thought was going to change everything. I'm terrified of what I see right now in the world, because the last time I saw this stuff, the world chewed me up and spit me out, and it cost me a decade. Like, the last time I saw anything in life, in the economy, politically, that was close to this was in that 2007, 2008. I just got married. We had just bought a house. I was making a 6-figure income at an insurance sales position, corporate, suit and tie, had a expense account, had an SUV, had a jet ski. We were living out in the suburbs, like beautiful wife, like life was good. And then literally, he was laid off from a Southwest Florida insurance agency last March. Raimar Tirado figures he sent out at least 300 resumes.
Damn.
Many of the better companies where he applied never called back despite his 5-year success in Florida insurance sales and risk management, and his participation in the Manatee Chamber and Young Professionals groups. Tirado is just one of the 500,000 Floridians who left the state in 2009. Demographers say it was the first time since World War II that Florida's population actually shrank. I blinked and it was gone. All of it was gone. Found out my wife was cheating on me, got fired from my job, lost the house because we couldn't afford to pay for it. Next thing you know, I'm living in my mom's basement. Like, just almost fucking blew my head off. Like, literally just life was not good. And so I see this and I wonder how many people are going through that. But then I also remember the journey coming out of that and going back to where we are now, right? Versus that moment, and understanding how powerful I am as a creator now, and how validated I am in some of the skills that I knew I had back then, but I wasn't able to express because I didn't have a degree, or I didn't have the pedigree, or I didn't have the credentials. Okay, so the overview is kind of like the power of finding like becoming a digital creator, and the creative freedom that like kind of could lead you to. I don't know how really that ties in, but maybe that goes back into like starting community with the Sarasota Underground stuff, and we can overlay some of that footage and kind of show, like, you know, the impact we were having on the local community and where that was headed, and then how we ran out of money for the startup. The software didn't really validate. Corona comes, shuts everything down. I end up going down to FinSuite, you know, doing that for 2 years, all the while dreaming about how to bring this thing back to life, and how now we're finally getting a chance to kind of bring that to fruition at some level here. And so how that community has evolved, how building community online has played a part of that, how starting the meetups here locally helped me launch as a digital creator, and kind of helping people understand the value of, like, that's what drives me, is helping other people kind of break out. And that's the best way I know how, is to build those small little micro communities that allow them to just kind of connect. comes next is the culmination of the last 12 years of my life. We're going to take a little bit of multimedia work. We're going to take web publishing. We're going to take the community building stuff and shove it into a couple digital products and a couple stories that I think will be interesting enough for people to follow along with. And so this is all just going to be an experiment in, can we do things just a little bit better on the internet as small communities, and hopefully is those small communities get enough power as big communities, right? And we'll start with the people that I know, the people that I trust, the people that are around me in this circle right now, the people who are watching through this video at this point. If you're still watching this, then maybe you're one of the people that want to get involved. You know, we've got a ton of momentum inside the Slack channel, a ton of momentum inside the Webflow community. We've got projects in the crypto space, we got projects in the entertainment space, and we're looking for a couple other places to kind of put some of this together. And we just so happen to be at a moment where all of culture is changing, all of technology is changing, like all of the world is changing all around us. And I really do think that over the next 10 years, 15, 20 years, all of the rules we know about how the world works and how things operate around us are going to be challenged, questioned, and rewritten. And I think as digital creators, we have a unique opportunity to help shape that stuff in a way that doesn't become as predatory as it is now.